Hey everybody, I eventually got YouTube to work with me so that I could get this streamed this way. So today we're doing a pick a pile. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. And I'll explain each of the cards as we move along. I hope this finds you happy and well, wherever you are. So I am going to start with number 1, and I'm using an Amazonite crystal here as well. Amazonite is very, very calming and balancing. It helps you to establish new patterns in your life. Okay, your brain has a propensity for becoming negative, 70% leaning towards negativity. So it's good to have positive repatterning happening in your life. Okay, everybody, so this is your oracle deck today. This is the messages from your animal spirit guides, oracle cards. And I'm afraid you will have to hear a slight buzzing of the heater because it is like -9 degrees Fahrenheit as I'm talking to you. So I have to have the heater in here. There's no choice. Okay. Those of you who chose number 1, I feel like you already know about the changes that are occurring. Let's see, guidance comes in from these oracle cards. Okay. Don't know why I did that, but I did. First one is chameleon. Stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. I'm just going to read each one and then I'm going to give an overview. Shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. Peacock. Let yourself stand out and be noted or noticed. And Wolverine. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Shark always alerts us to something that's not quite as it seems, or a situation in which you feel perhaps that something is out of vibe or someone is out of balance with you or working against you in some way. When this happens, when we have people who are disruptive and nasty and it bothers us, we are developing an understanding of ourselves where we still have a lot of healing to do, right? The chameleon is saying for you to stay in the background a little bit and adapt to things instead of having perhaps what's the word? It's like having an opinion about things or getting upset about anything or allowing things to spiral you down into emotions of self-worth issues and feeling low and feeling hopeless and all of these things. These two messages here are giving you the courage and the strength to focus your journey forward, regardless of whether people accept your journey or not. Again, when other people are acting in this way, not accepting you, believing you, or listening to you, or teasing you about your beliefs, or thinking that you're cuckoo because you're spiritual, or when you say you're a healer, people roll their eyes. It still bothers you. You have to find a strength in yourself about what it is that you're doing without the need for others to accept what you're doing. It's a very important part of the healing journey, because until you accept fully who you are, understanding yourself in a higher vibration and seeing the goodness of what you're trying to do, whether it's this work or just a normal day job, you can't prove yourself to people by telling them, hey, no, that's not right. This is what I do. It's not going to work. You have to show up and give them the completed part of yourself. You're overlooking the small detail. You're overlooking your abilities, your needs, desires. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody. I adopted a pattern of not telling anybody what my plans were because it gets interrupted, and then you haven't done what you said you're going to do in the time frame that you gave or whatever, and then you feel worse. So you just give the result. Just show up with the result. There it is. And that also encourages each one of you to accept yourself fully and work with the light inside of you all the time, 24/7. You want to call it God, Great Spirit, Allah, I don't care what you call it, cosmic energy, who cares? But work with it within you at all times. Blend into some situations, go quiet. Again, you don't need to explain yourself. A need to explain yourself comes from a need to be accepted. And you don't need that. You need to accept yourself. Other people are going to come and go on the journey. And so be it. Once you can walk this journey in your own way, in your own time, and on your own fully, whilst understanding what you've been through and how you've managed to be here now, and understand the cognitive behaviors that pull you back down into an old way of being, once you've done that, nothing can stop you except for yourself. So these messages are really, really coming in with trusting your instincts, trusting in what you're doing, trusting in believing in yourself. Stop overlooking yourself and pleasing others. Accept the fact that you are special and that you're gorgeous and people do notice you. But be okay with who you are and what you're doing as the basis of your forward movement. Along with this, I just want to get a final message. Okay, so whoever's listening, what else do they need to know, please? Goodness. I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. Hello. I claim my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. See? It's all about you. Your ability to adapt to any situation, to use a positive voice to describe yourself. And if anybody is laughing or joking or making fun of you in any way because of the plans and the dreams and the goals that you have, use that as fuel for your fire. And stop telling people your plans and just take action. And when you have a product, a result, then you can show off, right? People make the mistake of explaining themselves to others in order to gain some kind of support. And you're being given the opportunity right now to understand that you don't need anybody's support except for the support of the divine, which you already have. Lean on that and trust in that. Make this the era of your life where everything comes together because you dared to stand alone and you dared to be different. Your authentic self. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, number 1. All right, moving on to number 2, which are these beautiful conscious spirit cards. So if you chose number 2, you also chose the fluorite crystal, which you might want to start working with. It's very good for animals, putting it in the animal water bowl as well. I can't see where that camera is. Oh well, yeah. The animal's water bowl. It helps with the bones, your bones, decalcifying. Very, very positive for your inner reflection as well, and helpful for your abilities. So a lot of things. Number 2, you might always choose number 2. I usually do. Not when I'm doing my own readings, but if I do see a pick a pile somewhere else, which is actually very rare because I don't really need anyone else's messages. But anyway, number 2. Oh, okay. Taking them. I think it's exactly as many cards as I need. Okay, maybe one extra card than number 1 had. Never mind. Okay. We have the air elemental. We have reaching for your dreams. We have spirit guides. We have the heart chakra. We have gratitude. And we have the earth angel. You see all this green? With this healing coming in here, and then this uplifting up here. So there's grounding and opening. Number 2. And don't forget, there's links in the comments for free courses. You can join Patreon if you want to and help out. The idea is that I want to eventually be able to offer services for free because there's enough coming in from the world. But anyway, I'm just getting a message. For number 2, I feel like there's something that you're missing. No, it's something that you're missing. We're all missing someone. And I believe that you're going to get what it is that you're looking for. And I always see this particular energy here as Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel is the great transformer, the angel of ministration, the angel of fire, meaning bringing that fire of energy through you, allowing you to cleanse and clear and burn through all of your own BS. And there's something here, there's also an energy of counseling and psychology and healing and all of that. But you might be someone who's helping other people, but you might actually need to have some healing for yourself, because there are bigger pathways that are trying to open up here. And you're missing something, you're overlooking something. I feel for some of you that there has been a great hurt with regards to someone that you care deeply about. And that has knocked you or rocked you, as they say. It has caused you to doubt something about yourself or your intuition or whatever. But I'm also seeing strength and connectedness coming back in. Like, no matter what has happened to you or how you've been hurt, remember that everybody has their own soul journey. So some people ask me, my kids aren't talking and these people won't listen to me, and I'm really trying to get my point across and no one will listen, and I'm finding it really frustrating. Or my kids are in a bad situation, how do I get them out of it? Or my parents won't shut up and leave me alone and they keep on picking on me. Or I'm so irritated by these people that won't change. And you know what the answer to that is? They're on their path. They've got to do what they've got to do, and you've got to do what you've got to do. And if you're irritated by someone's inability to change, it's actually because you refuse to change as well. So trying to get them to do something shows where you're not changing too. People are going to treat others in a very difficult way because that's their job. We don't want to hear that. But the people that have been sent or come into this life that cause us the biggest problems as a soul love you the most. They do it in sacrifice because you may have done this for them in other lifetimes where you were the one that was a jerk or whatever, and you were the catalyst for change. Or not, maybe they didn't learn their lesson, but just know that anyone who irritates you or upsets you is trying to bring you into a rebellion. A rebellion of what they're saying, and choosing to be a divine rebel and do it your own way. And this is the message that I'm getting for you, is do it your own way without apology. Do it your own way without explanation. Do it your own way because you're worth it. Retrain your way of thinking. Call the angels in and keep them within your being at all times. Keep them close by. Keep them clearing your auric field. Don't just do it in meditation time. Make it permanent. They walk with you. They connect with you. They guide you. And less and less are you going to have any inner doubts, worries, and concerns. I often tell people to not forget about themselves. And if you've been in trauma, and if you've had pain, and if you've had issue, speak to someone who knows what they're talking about. There is nothing, in other words, that any of you could bring to me that I wouldn't know how to help you with. I know that because that's how I set things up in my life. That's how I had to set things up in order for my business, which started in 2009, to still be here. Because I knew I would figure out a way out of everything, and that's because I connect all of the time with the divine. That's what BDevine means. Yes, it is my name, but it's a word, it's a resonance, it's something that everyone should be, that everyone should claim. And you have so much to offer in this world. Don't let anyone try to knock you down and then you try to repair it by proving yourself to them. You have nothing to prove to anyone but everything to prove to yourself. And remember that you are very guided. Your spirit guides are very close. I have so many videos on this, but I will also be creating some other meditations and things. But lift, reach. What are your goals? Don't let anyone stop you from that. And don't expect people to understand it. Just don't say anything. Just do. There is no try, as Yoda says. Only do. Show up. And then you get the last laugh if that's what you need. Okay? By the time you've finished your journey, you won't need any of that. You won't need any recognition, anybody to understand you, anybody to be on your side. You will have done it by yourself in the long run, and it will be worth it. All right, a healing message for you. Joy. Like a child, I discovered joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. How's that? Give that to yourself. Stop racing around in your mind. I've got to. No, you don't. People can wait. You've got to give to you. If anything, if there's any gotta, it's you have to give to you. Then you can help others. You have to find things in your life where you can smile, because happiness or laughter is the best medicine. Know that you are very, very supported by the beings of light that are with you, your spiritual light team, and that's all you need. We all need to start to recognize that. Okay, number 2. All right. Number 3. I'll just have a drink. One moment. Okay. Reminds me of the Rush album, Fly By Night, right? All right, what was your crystal? Amethyst. Helps you to open up your abilities. It is the stone for February. But it also helps if it's very protective as well. But it also helps if you're having a hard time sleeping. If you're having a hard time sleeping and it's going on and on and on and on, there's other things that are going on with you, okay? Those are patterns that you can also change. This is also for people who suffer from addictions of any kind, all right? Some people are addicted to negativity, right? Well, or drama. But yeah, this is a nice amethyst stone. It's your recommendation. And let's do, this is the Angels and Ancestors deck. So, asking for a message for number 3. And I always say this, don't forget your own messages if you want to have more personal in-depth readings. They are very, very powerful. And also, I really am going to be moving into the future of only doing healing and mentoring. So this is why I'm trying to teach my readings to other people, but there is a course available. There still needs to be a more advanced course, though, coming out. But anyway. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it over, but we have the warrior spirit. I love that particular card. It always seems to come up. My mother was born in New Zealand, and I was never able to go. My father was born in the United States. I am an American citizen. I'm in no danger of being deported because I'm a citizen. But my mother was born in New Zealand, and obviously I was born in Australia. But I've always felt this connection. It always comes up in readings. My mother's not a Maori, but they still, there's a close connection with all people, right? I also have an affinity with the Australian Aboriginals, you know. My uncle was born in Canada. It's like I could live in multiple places if I wanted to. Grandma was from Wales. My husband's born in Spain on an Air Force base. I mean, we could be, maybe that's what's supposed to happen. Could be anywhere. All right. The warrior. The wise one. Oh, I love this one. The high priest. The bee. Summer. Warmth. Healing. I love this. Let go of the need to be right. Buffalo calf woman. It's a Lakota. And the she-wolf. Unleashing the wild within. All right. When I focus on these particular cards, it is constantly just giving this message of what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? That means, in a literal sense, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? Because it feels like you're getting a calling to do something and you're not doing it, or you're procrastinating, or you're doubting. And as I'm looking at the warrior, I'm getting a message here for you. This is digestive. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. I actually literally have to put my hand on my stomach for a minute here. You are letting something get to you. He's saying you're stronger than that. Why do you let things, what are you doing? He's the one shouting, what are you doing? Digestion, because you've internalized some issue as your fault. I'm feeling something in my right knee. My feet are tingling. You need to get out of a toxic situation. And you need to stop internalizing all these fears, because you are generating a problem that doesn't need to be there in order to stop your progress. There's also a sensation in the left arm, upper left arm, as though there's numbness, or maybe your arm's gone to sleep at night. It's your body is giving you signs. Your body's giving you signs of what you're doing to yourself. This happens for everybody, but you need to shake it off. Yeah. It's like it's not your battle, is what I'm hearing. It's not yours to fight. This wise one is backing this up. This is a past situation. Some of you might have an issue with your mother, or have had, or just females in general. It's not your problem. See, letting go of the need to be right. You already know you're accurate in this situation, so you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. It's time for peace within you. This transformation is a difficult one because something has had a hold of you for a really long time. You want to break free, but you're afraid of the consequences, or that you won't be successful, or you won't have any money, or instead of trusting that as you do push into your true calling, that you're supported every step of the way, that you'll know what to do, that you'll be given the inspiration and the words to use. But if you stay where you are, you're going to be annoyed about that. Ooh, I'm feeling this digestion. Quite intensely. And it's not something that is mine. It's for the purpose of this reading to shout at somebody who's listening, even if it's just one person. It might be a lot of you that are very, very capable, but you're not doing it yet. You're procrastinating. That's a sign of fear. It's a sign of anxiety. You might be doing everything but focusing on your dreams and goals. But it's also encouraging you to understand that what you feel about your spiritual self, what you feel about some of the changes you've already made, is accurate, like you're on the right path with the light, you've already made significant progress in your own life, but there's another level coming and you just won't take it. What are you doing? Is what I'm getting. Can't let anything stop you. You have the high priest, you have the warrior, you have the wise one, you have, oh my God, the amount of power that's here. And it doesn't matter about where you stand, as long as it's a positive thing, that's what you're going to start seeing. You know, it doesn't matter. Some people believe in just Egyptian stuff. Some people believe in God and Jesus. Some people believe in tribal things. I believe in all of it. That's what being a mystic is. Taking bits and pieces from all traditions in order to make a decision. But that doesn't have to be for everybody. The only thing that has to be for every person is the intention of goodness. Because if you're intending darkness, that is exactly what you're going to get. And it will go on through your family lineage. You don't want that. We're cycle breakers, not people who are continuing a pattern in a different way. You have to change the pattern and understand that you're supported by the divine. This has been the message for everybody today, is that you have to understand that you do not need anybody to support you. You don't. You need to have appreciation of yourself. You need to have your spiritual light team with you, and they are clapping, they are proud, they are standing ovation for you, giving you one. They hear you talk, they see your struggles, they know what you're going through, they know where you want to be. They are your biggest cheerleaders. That's all you need. Don't try to explain anything. Let go of the outcome. Let go of the outcome. Let's get a healing message. Whew. We got joy. Now, we had joy with our last number 2, but I'm going to read it again. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in the magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. I got to do one more. Return to heart. I breathe light and stick to the essentials for my soul, the present moment. Calm my thoughts. Focus on my heart and find space to be where my light and greatness are. I find peace and inner silence. For those of you who chose number 3, there is a great sense of activation here for you. If you have a willingness to step forward without having to know all the details, without needing validation or applause from anybody, just patting you on the back, right? Without any of that. And instead, just with sheer determination, you will succeed. Let go of someone else's behavior. You're never going to understand it. You're never going to fix it. If someone's refusing to change, it's their journey. Let it go. Move away from it. Stop inviting toxicity into your life if you don't want it. They're not going to change. That's a message for somebody listening. They won't change, and you're not changing by trying to get them to change. Change, move on, shift. Return to heart. Breathe light through your life all of the time, through everything you do. Change because you want something better for yourself. I'm sending you all many, many blessings, lots of love, and bye for now.